Welcome and hello there to another 10-minute Commando. Today we're looking at Grand Admiral Thrawn, and as always I'm just gonna first read his ability, then I'm gonna show to you how it actually works, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think is his best employment. So his ability reads: after deploying fleets, place 3 face-down command dials on this card. At the start of each ship phase you may reveal, and discard one of those dials. If you do, until the end of the round, before each friendly ship activates, it gains 1 additional dial matching that discarded token. Token, of course. So, after you've deployed fleets, you just put down 3 face-down dials on it, and many people think that you have to put them like this on a ship, like on top of each other. That's not correct. You just put them anywhere on it. Whoopsie, I should have locked the card. You just put them anywhere on it, and you can just do any of the 3 you want to. So you don't have to do them in an order you put down before the game. And when you reveal one, so let's start at start of the ship phase, I will reveal a squadron. And we go over here, and my nice little Star Destroyer, who had, let's say, a navigate, when he activates, he has a navigate, and he also gains a squadron dial. So then he can go and activate his 4 squadrons that I've put here, and they go and fly away and shoot things and stuff, and then he can still use the navigate dial. You have to note, however, that if you use 2 of the same, so if you had given the Star Destroyer a squadron, and also done a Thrawn squadron, then the second dial does not count as a second dial, because you're not allowed to resolve the same command twice each turn. It just counts like a token. So with the double squadron, the ISD would only go to squadron 5 instead of squadron 8. That was a big mistake I did when I first started playing Star Wars Armada. So why would you pick Thrawn? Well, Thrawn allows you to have like little nice lists, like just the Imperial 2 ship with a lot of squadrons, and then both of your ships can just navigate or repair or whatever you want them to do. And on Thrawn you just put some squadron dials, and you're just like, well, I can squadron every turn, you can't slice it to me, and I can still navigate. So he's kind of a bit like Jerry, where he lets your ships be a bit more maneuverable than they normally would be. And still squadron command your squadrons every turn, like at least for 3 turns, but to be honest that's all you kinda need. So what I've seen a lot is like the Imperial 2 ship with a Quasar and an Imperial 2 and the squadron tokens on Thrawn, which works really well. What you could also do is you could change the Quasar for a Gladiator, because the Gladiator still has 2 squadrons, so you're still getting up to 6 squadron. If you put some expanded hangars on the ISD, maybe that's even 7 squadron. And the Gladiator can be fitted to be a really nice combat ship. And in that case, you have like a Demolisher there, and Ordnance Experts, and Assault Proton Torpedoes, and all that fancy shit. And your demo can still just activate 2 squadrons with the squadron dial from Thrawn, without it hurting its offensive capabilities, which is really, really great. And then there's still like a second kind of list idea that you can do with Thrawn, which is like more this kind of fleetish, or these kinds of ships, which really want to navigate, but they kind of also want to concentrate fire or repair. So you just give them confires and repairs however you want them, and you just navigate with Thrawn. So they have a navigate every turn, and that works with the Gladiator as well, because it wants to navigate, because you got those engine techs on there, and it just wants to navigate, so it gets into position better. And then you could still like confire on it, or just make use of that engineering 3 every turn, which in that case it's like a really good ability as well. Well, ships I wouldn't use Thrawn with. To be honest, there's like not a lot of ships, if we look in here, that I wouldn't use Thrawn with. I mean, obviously there's like the normal candidate, like the Kuat. Because the Kuat, well, it's your big ship, and in a Thrawn list, like, you want to navigate with it every turn, but it has so many dice that concentrating fire with it doesn't really change that much. Repairing with it is okay. Not gonna lie, it's okay, but I mean, you only need that after turn 3 or something. And then squadroning with it is not really that good of an option, because it only has Squadron 2. Another ship I wouldn't use it with is the Interdictor, for example, because the Interdictor, I mean, it's not really that competitive in my opinion, but if you want to use it, just do it. But still, then I would play it with projection experts, and like I probably even would play the support refit over here, because it has like 2 support slots, but that's not the point of this video. And then, as you can see, this maneuvering chart, like, it doesn't go fast, it doesn't really need extra clicks, because it has kind of the same arc everywhere. And all it needs to do really is to repair every turn and just pass shields to its friends and keep them alive longer. So you don't really need a second dial. And the Confire won't give you much, because it doesn't have a great deal of offensive capability. And yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't take it on this one. And Squadron is like the same thing as the Kuat. Like, it only has Squadron 2. And it's not like the Gladiator that is like a really big ship. Like this one can hurt your enemy really badly if you fly. But if you had like 6 squadrons, say you had 6 squadrons, come on, go away, and you decide to play this kind of 2-ship fleet, this is a lot less intimidating, because this lacks some severe firepower. Like, this one is not gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt you a bit, but like, this would hurt so much more than the Interdictor. So that's kind of a bit why I wouldn't take the Interdictor with Thrawn. And then, I mean, the Raider is fine actually. Like, the Raider wants to navigate as well, and if you have that Confire dial as well, that's a nice side arc. Not gonna lie. Yeah, what do we have left? I mean, Onagers, I don't know. Maybe you want to navigate and Confire with it every turn. So I think that the Onager is actually not a bad Thrawn ship. I would put it in this category that wants to navigate and Confire all the time. Yeah, you could even do the title on the Onager that gives you the speed 0 maneuver while still turning. I think that would be nice as well. So yeah, I would put this in the Thrawn category as well. So there are like there's kind of 2 categories: the ones that want to navigate and squadron, and those are these 2 ships. And then this one can do the navigate and squadron and be quite effective at it, and it can also do the navigate and Confire. And notice how I said navigate with this a lot. So for newer players, one of my tips is, like, if you don't know what dial to take, always take a navigate. In the 5 tips video I told you why, and I'm just gonna elaborate on this again because I have like a minute left. So, like, with navigating, you just can be at so many more places than you could not be if you were not navigating, and then again you can kind of dodge some damage with that, so it's better than repair in my opinion. That was like a really not good description of why I think navigate is really good. So, second thought, you could say, well, I've got Thrawn, so why would I pick Jerry, or why would I pick Thrawn? So, if we look at like our ISD and we think that we're gonna go speed 3 and we're just gonna do the same thing with Thrawn and the same thing with Jerry. With Jerry I would be at this kind of turn and I would still squadron. So this is a really nice turn, but I have to take a damage, yes? Now with Thrawn I would only be here and still squadron, so he's a bit weaker on the turning capability, but he's a bit more flexible as well, because if you want to have that click on the last one, yeah, that's nice as well. Or let's say you kind of want to go down to speed 2 and be somewhere here. You can do that with Thrawn as well, because you have a navigate dial, so the dial actually lets you speed control as well. And that's really useful on an ISD or a Quasar or whatever. So Thrawn obviously is a bit more pricey, and I think that's why you don't see him as much as you see Jerry. But I think he's still valid. Like, he's kind of safer than Jerry, because slicer tools can't hurt you, because if you go Jerry and you have a squadron command on your ISD, and then a slicer tool comes over and says, well, now it's a repair, well, you're not going to activate those squadrons. But if your squadron dial is on Thrawn, and you had a navigate, now he's going to say, well, yeah, duh, repair, well, you can still squadron, which in that case is the primary objective of that Star Destroyer. Same thing with these, like if you were to Jerry, you would just confire every turn with them, and I guess that's fine. And like in that case, if you were to navigate with Thrawn, your enemy can't take that navigate away from you. But with those ones where you put navigate on it, I think these are just better with Jerry, because if you look at his turning capability at speed 2, he would do this, and with Thrawn he does this, and with Jerry he just does this, which just, in my opinion, is just better, because these just want to navigate and confire, and like this you could still, like with Jerry, you could still confire every turn, and you would just do better turns. And the same goes for the victory, like, oh man, this turning thing is like really atrocious. And then if you were to Thrawn, you would go to here, but Jerry would put you here, which is like, in my opinion, it's better. And then the Onager is kind of like a special kind of thing, because I personally wouldn't play it without Dromedy, so I don't think it should be in this category, but you can still make it work, in my opinion, with Jerry and with Thrawn. As I said in the Jerry list, in the Jerry video, you shouldn't take it with Jerry, and I still count on that, because in this case, if you're Thrawn, you're at the same kind of turn as you were with Jerry, but with Thrawn you could also do this if you wanted to, or just go down a speed and do this if you wanted to. And the 10 minutes are up again. So, as a conclusion, I would say Thrawn and Jerry have their own respectable places, and I would, in my opinion, just try them out both and see which one fits better for you. As always, see you in the next one, have a good one, and bye.